Similar to problem number 4, I'm going to let g of x now equal x cubed and find these two different limits. First of all, the limit as h approaches 0 of g of x plus h minus g of x over h. So we'll first substitute, keeping the limit around, but x plus h cubed minus x cubed all over h. And the trick here is to remember how to expand. And if you remember Pascal's triangle, cubing is 1, 3, 3, 1. So what that means is the expansion of x plus h cubed is going to be 1x cubed plus 3x squared h plus 3xh squared plus 1h cubed. From that we're going to subtract x cubed all over h. Looking for things to cancel, it's only the x cubes that cancel, and every term that's left has an h in it. So I'll factor an h out of the numerator. We'll have 3x squared plus 3xh plus h squared. These two h's are going to cancel, and now we can take the limit and let all the h's turn into 0, which means this term will turn into 0 and this term will turn into 0. The only one that won't will be the 3x squared, and that's our final answer for the limit. The other limit that we see is the limit as x approaches a of g of x minus g of a over x minus a. So substitute first. The limit as x approaches a of x cubed minus a cubed. And what's important to remember here is how to factor that numerator. And when we have the difference of two cubes, that's going to break up into a small factor and a large factor. And for the small factor, we just take the cube root of each of these terms. So x cubed, that factor will be x. Minus a cubed, that will be minus a. Then to find the three terms in the longer factor, I always remember square together square. And I'm going to square this x. Then I'm going to put the x and the a together. And then I'm going to square the a. And then fill it in with the appropriate signs. Remember that we, if this first one in the smaller factor is a minus, this sign is going to be a plus. Those two signs will be opposite of each other. This one on the end will always be a plus. Anyway, now that we have it factored, we see we can cancel these common factors of x minus a, and this will simplify to the limit as x approaches a of x squared plus ax plus a squared. And if we let x approach a, all the x's are going to turn into a's. That'd be a squared plus a times a plus a squared. Well, all three of those terms are a squared, so that'd be 3 a squareds. And there we go.